Iro-vester Engineering Limited, one-stop training center for electrical and instrumentation and process control system. It's made for engineers, technicians, warehouse officers, managers, young school leavers. This training package is born out of over 20 years outstanding experience in the provision of electrical and instrumentation services to major IOCs in the industries. This is one of the best private-owned training center collaborating with Offshore Technology Institute of Uniport. We consider this as a way of giving back to the society. It is relatively cheap considering the state of the facilities that are available for training. Our expectation is that any trainee that passes through our center must be completely satisfied with the skills acquired. There are training in the following areas: instrument fitting, instrument calibration, valve repair and services, industrial electrical installation, PLC, automation and stimulation, recorder calibration, calibration of 2-pen recorder using a comparison pump and a temperature bath, calibration of pressure switch, calibration of electrical pressure switches using a hydraulic pump with a reference gauge and a multimeter, calibration of pressure control valve, stimulation of an electro-pneumatic control valve using a process meter and an air compressor, control room, monitoring of the process operation from the control room via the HMI human machine interface. The Iro-vester training process plant is automated. All skilled activities can be monitored or controlled from the control room through the human machine interface HMI. Through the demo process plant, students get exposed to the relationship between the field instruments and the automation system. The plant has a control room that is equipped with marshalling cabinet and a workstation used as the human machine interface. The training is recommended for PLC plant engineers, operators and maintenance. Calibration of pressure safety valve, calibration of pressure safety valve using an ITA control test bench, repair and servicing. Servicing of PSV. The PSV is stripped open, cleaned and sometimes reconditioned by lapping the seats and the nozzles. Calibration of transmitter. Calibration of pressure transmitter using 375 field communicator, process meter, hydraulic pump with pressure gauge, power supply unit, electro-pneumatic calibrator and decade box. Calibration of pressure gauge. Calibration of pressure gauges using a dead weight tester. A dead weight tester is considered the most accurate pressure source for pressure measurement. Use of calibration equipment. Exposing the trainees to the use of drug pressure calibrator, field communicator and power supply units. Tubing bending. Exposing trainees to tube bending using a tube bender. Tray fabrication. Exposing of trainees to tray fabrication and tray size identification. Typical class session. Theory class session where trainees are equipped with basic fundamentals before engaging them in practical work. Trainees are taught fundamentals of instrument calibration, fitting and industrial electricity installation concept. Level switch calibration. Online level switches calibration on the Iro-vester demo flow station. Cable glanding. Trainees are practicing cable glanding and termination. Glanding is done to ensure that cables are firmly secured at point of cable entry to instrument, junction boxes, panels, etc. in order to prevent mechanical stress on the terminations. Cable termination, field instrument. Trainee practicing cable termination to field instrument On the Iro-vester demo process plant, the essence of termination is to complete the instrument loop. Cable termination, junction box. Trainees carrying out cable termination at JB, end of the instrument loop. Cable joining. Cable joining practice. Trainees practicing how to join cable using Scotch cast. Our training curriculum has been carefully put together as a result of our experience in the industry. The emphasis is on practice. The theoretical content of our curriculum is only 25%, while the rest is practical. The materials, tools and equipment are physically available for training purpose. Give it a trial. You will be convinced.